Good evening, guys. So today we start learning how to integrate Tailwind CSS in the Vite project. Okay. So what is the Tailwind CSS? The Tailwind CSS is the CSS framework which helps us to write easy and fast CSS code. Okay. So first step to integrate the Tailwind CSS to create a Vite project. Okay. We can just open this folder in the VS Code. Okay, and we are just so the first step is to create a Vite project. Okay, so the command to create a Vite project is npm space create, then space Vite, then at the rate, and after that latest. Okay, the command will be npm create Vite at the rate latest. Okay, then it will ask you the project name. The project name is just like we are named at Tailwind CSS. Okay, then it will ask you the technology which you want to use. Then we are using the React. Then it will ask you the language. Okay, we are using the JavaScript. Okay, then it will uh, then it will suggest some commands to run the Vite project. The first command will be cd tailwind css. You can just write the initial and hit the tab, then it will be autocomplete. Okay, the second command will be the npm install. It will be the similar as npm I. So we are running the npm I command. Okay, and the third command will be npm run dev, which is similar to the npm run start which we are using in the CRA project. Okay, CRA stands for the create react app. Okay, so last step will be npm run dev. Okay, then it will start our project at the default port 5173. Okay, this is the basic template which is given by the Vite. Okay, we are just remove that particular code and insert our own uh, heading, like we are insert here h1, like how to integrate tailwind css in Vite project. Okay, so yeah. So how to integrate the tailwind css in the Vite project? So we can just go to the Tailwind website and search there that how to integrate a tailwind css inside the Vite project. Okay, so the official website of the Tailwind CSS is that tailwindcss.com. Okay, we are just going to the docs, and inside that particular page, you see that like installation using the Vite, using the post CSS, using the Tailwind CI framework guides. Okay, so you can just come also here, but using the Vite, here the steps are mentioned. The first step will be the npm install Tailwind CSS. Okay, and after that Tailwind CSS using Vite. So these are the both different packages. Because the Tailwind CSS is the independent library, sorry, independent framework of CSS. Okay, so first we have to install the Tailwind CSS, and then we have to install the Tailwind CSS slash Vite. Okay, we can run both of the things along with it. Okay, so we can just start a new terminal here and paste the particular command. Okay, so we have to do some mistake here, like we have installed the tailwind CSS inside the video content folder, but we have to install the tailwind CSS and tailwind CSS slash Vite inside the tailwind CSS folder. Okay, so we can just go to the tailwind CSS folder, cd tailwind CSS, then we have to uh, type up arrow key, and it will be auto completed, and just hit the enter. It will be installed here. So you can just check the packet.json file. Inside the packet.json file, the tailwind css slash Vite is installed here, the version 4.1.7, and the tailwind css version 4.1.7. Okay, the first step we have completed successfully. Then the second step will be the configure the Vite plugin. Okay, then what is written here? Add the tailwind css slash Vite plugin to your Vite configuration file. Okay, so inside the Vite configuration file, we have to add the Vite plugin. Sorry, we have to add the tailwind css plugin. Okay, so that will be the sorry, so that will be the Vite config file. So we can just come here You can just copy the particular line here and just come in the Vite config file, paste it here. Okay, then we have to copy that particular plugin, and then we have to just add a comma and then Tailwind CSS. Okay, the second step we have completed successfully. Then the third step will be the import Tailwind CSS. Add at the rate import to your CSS file that import the Tailwind CSS. Okay, so you can just copy that particular at the rate import Tailwind CSS in your root file. So the root file will be the main.jsx. Okay, or you can write the app.jsx. Okay, so we are just added here main.css index.css. Okay, inside the main.js index.css file is being added here. Okay, so we are just removing the whole code and just add the tailwind css. Okay, just save it. Okay, so the last step which is present here, the start the build process. Okay, so we have to run our project again so that it will be check all the things that we have edited here, and we have run there. And now it will be start our project at localhost 5174. Okay, it will start localhost at the port 5174 because our last project started at localhost at the port 5173, because this port is being busy, so that's why it start our project at localhost 5174. Okay, so now we can just go to the Tailwind CSS website and you can just search it here. The basic CSS property, like I'll search it here color. Okay, so it will given you so many colors or shades. Okay, so if you want to add some background color, so you can just copy that particular command here. Okay, and inside the app.jsx file we can just add, because in this react we are not using the class, we are using the class name keyword. Okay, so inside the class name keyword you can just copy that particular class of the tailwind css. Okay, and you can just check on the browser. Okay, so they, okay, you see that particular color, it will be very light, so we can just dark it by giving some more opacity. Okay, see the blue color. Okay, so we have successfully installed the Tailwind CSS inside the Vite project. Okay,